Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of, or actually tutorials of Haven and Hearth with yours truly, Inzainia. Alright, in this episode I have got my main character, or well, one of my main characters. This is my Gannett. It's my secondary main, but this is my hunter character. What we're going to discuss in this episode is how to hunt, what to do, how it works. So, let's first go over some of these skills, some of these things up here, these bars. Number one, you have this first bar, which is your health bar. Notice that there's three sets of numbers. Those three sets of numbers are soft hit points, hard hit points, and then maximum hit points. If you notice that right now all of mine are 136, and it says 136 three times. I have 136 soft hit points, 136 hard hit points, and 136 maximum is my maximum hit points. Now what that means, soft hit points are hit points that you lose during combat, during damage. If something hits you and you take damage, soft hit points are the initial hit points. Ooh, there's a rust root, I need that. Soft hit points are the initial hit points that you lose. Some attacks also lower your hard hit points, but soft hit points are like your current hit points. If you get knocked unconscious, it'll generally mean that your soft hit points knocked all the way down. If your hard hit points go all the way to zero, you die. So if you're out attacking a rabbit or ants or something like that, and they end up knocking your hit points down to zero, usually it's just if you're fall down and you just got stars over your head, then they'll turn around, they'll usually hit you once or twice and leave you alone. If that happens, that means that you have been hit, but you've hit the soft hit point threshold of zero, and that knocks you out. After a minute or two, your guy will get back up. Your soft hit points regenerate over time. Your hard hit points don't. In order to repair your hard hit points, you have to walk into this swamp initially and get leeches on you. The leeches will then heal you. I don't have any leeches on me, but if you watch, if I walk up here into this, you'll see some leeches will jump on me. Doesn't take very long. Let's move this over here. Just walk around here in the swamp. Tweedledee, tweedledee. You just got to kind of walk around. Any slot that you don't have an item in, a leech can appear in. I am walking in the swamp, right? Yeah, there we go. Maybe the leeches don't like me today. Let's close it and walk around for a minute and see what happens. There's some toads. Toads are good for practice. I highly suggest, in order for you to learn the basics of your skills, that you pick up a toad and practice on the toad. Alright. Chicka-chow, chicka-chow. Do we got a leech yet? No daggum leeches. Why don't leeches like us? I'm in a swamp. Get out of my way, toad. Anyhow, I'll pause it and then show you a leech when I get a leech on me. I'm not sinking in, so it's kind of weird. Alright, let's stand right there. There we go. There's a leech. Now that leech will slowly, every period, every 20 or 30 seconds or so, he'll do some damage to me. And it'll only be one or two, maybe three soft hit points, one or so per leech. Now I've got another one on me. Now you can left click these and drop them back in the water and they'll go away. You'll take them off. If you've got hard hit point damage though, which is the middle bar, 136, you can use those leeches and let them keep sucking life out of you, and you have a chance for that to slowly fill up your hard hit points back to maximum. The second way is to use cloth bandages, which is much later stages in the game, which are very expensive to make, require, farming and turning the stuff, the hemp or the whatever it is, there's another one, into cloth at a loom. And you then make it into bandages once you finish. Now these are the ant hills that I was telling you about. So since we've got a couple ant hills right here, let's go ahead and show you them. Because you can do this at any level no matter what you're wearing. The only thing you have to worry about is at the very beginning, if you get hit, watch your shoes. You can make another pair of shoes. They're called clogs. You go into craft, and then they'll be right there, clogs. If you can't make them off the bat, you'll eventually, once you learn a couple of the basic skills, foraging and then hunting, and then you'll learn cloth making or something, one of them would let you build clogs. So if you go up to these and you right click on them, you can hit raid. Starting out, what you want to then do is run away. You hit raid, these guys are aggroed onto you, meaning that they're trying to attack you, and then you want to run away. And you just run at your own pace. I'm still walking. This means crawl, walk, run, and sprint. And it all depends upon your stamina, which you can do. Now notice that I've gotten a pretty good ways away, and I'm leading them over here. What I want to do now is click up here and click on run. This is going to use up some of my stamina, which is only at 74%. Then you want to run around them. While running, set a line, a path, and then hit raid. Now I've got an option that's in here that allows me to show other gob path and then show player path. That's what shows that little line. Now you watch this little clock as it goes around. When it gets to 0, you run. Now you just have to keep running away from them. And by running away from them, basically you'll get out of their range, and then they'll lose aggro on you. Now you can drop to a walk, because you're going to walk as fast or a little bit faster than they do. And then you just keep walking away, and they will then de-aggro you. As you can see, they're still mad at me. They're up here. Now it's question mark. They're starting to lose me. There they go. Question mark. They're starting to lose me. So you keep running. You keep running. Oh, I got hung up on a tree. I want them to lose me. You keep running. And eventually those question marks will all disappear. When they disappear, there it goes. I am no longer in combat. I can stop running. Them guys are going to be right back there wherever they got to. They're going to be walking around in a circle. And then you can go on and find more stuff. Like me, I just found another rust root. Rust root is used for mining and for prospecting later to find a good mine to mine. It is not something that we're going to discuss now. I'm just grabbing it because it's semi-rare to find. And I just right-click it and go to pick. That's how you gather anything. The very first things that you want to do when you start out, and there's an apple tree, by the way. I was talking about them in the last. You want to use these to your best ability. You pick apples and then eat those apples. That'll be your food source at the beginning, early on in the game. And there, see, there's another ant nest. You can go over there and get more. Now, I didn't get lucky. All I got was 3 ant larvae, but you can eat these. And notice how the ant larva says Agi 1.8. We'll discuss Agi, agility, strength, and food, and all that in a later episode. In this episode, what I'm looking for right now is a rabbit, because rabbits are your best friends. Once you learn foraging and hunting, you have to know foraging and hunting in order to do rabbits. You can't pick them up, you can't catch them, you can't do anything until you get foraging and hunting. Foraging is what makes these things appear, which are specials. These are things that you can interact with, and you can pick vegetables or little crops or little weeds and little bushes. And there's another one over there. Notice the little brown thing that Ender's Client puts on it. There's that. And I will also in this episode cover strings. These are spindly taproots. Items that you want to make at some point are going to tell you that you need string. These 2 items that you see right here, spindly taproot and then a nettle, and it's got another name to it. It's not just nettle. Like there they go, spindly taproot. Spindly taproots are used as string in this game. So if you need something that uses a string, spindly taproot, or one of these nettles, these stinging nettles, either one will work as a string item. This game also, the LPs at the beginning, what you're going to do to learn skills is everything you can with trees, and every different tree does different things. Like just right-clicking on this tree, take a branch. If you take a branch from any tree, you'll only get 1 discovery for a branch. But then you can take a bow. That'll give you discovery, which means basically a discovery in this game is a way to earn learning points quickly. You learn learning points in this game for every time you do something for the first time. If I pick a seedling from this, I'll get discovery points. It'll give me bonus experience, basically. Think of learning points like experience points. If I take bark from this tree, it'll do that. Now, this is a different type of tree. So for this one, I can pick a catkin. That'll give me learning points. If I come over to this one, this is a different one. It's going to have pick cat, and that's a younger catkin. But try it anyway. Apples. Every time when you take an apple for the first time, it's going to give you learning points. Do all of those to every kind of tree you can find. There's different kinds of tree. There's elms, there's oaks, there's these catkin trees, there's mulberry bushes, mulberry trees, there's apple trees, all these different types of trees that you can get learning points from. Come over to here, right click on chip stone. That'll give you some learning points. These are basically starter experience points so that you can start learning some of these basic skills, you know, that we went over a little bit in the last, where you go to skills. You'll then, if you look here in the first one, attributes, under learning points, I've got 4,000. But then you go into this one and you can spend them. Now you'll only have a few hundred, you know, 300, 400, 500 or so after you do all your trees. So the first two that you want to get, of course, are going to be foraging and hunting. After that, you want animal husbandry, and then you want leather working. And the reason why we will soon discuss. Now I'm going to go pick that mushroom because I don't know what that mushroom is. But I'm going to pause the game until this video, because we're at 10 minutes, until I find a rabbit. And then once I find a rabbit, I will show you how to rock your world and change everything about the game for you for a little while. Because you will then be hunting rabbits like crazy at the beginning of the game. And that's all I did for like 6 hours, was just run around. Well, about 3 or 4 hours, was just run around. What is that? Oh, it's a bloated bullet. That is a learning thing. This is a curiosity. Remember how I showed in the last video, you go into study. Now I've got a full thing of studies, things being studied, but notice how that says learning points 8,923, and then wait 5, time 8 hours. So I can wait 5. If you found this, which you won't because you need a high exploration thing, and I'll go over that when I go over curios. But if you could learn this, you would put this over here, just like I've got all these other things over here, and you've got this much space. Notice how I've still got 6 spaces. Some things are 2, some things are 1. You would put it over here, and then you could learn it, and then you would just go about your business. And it's true time, 8 hours. 8 real hours from now, you will get those 8,923 experience points. Then you could go into skills or into your attributes, and then you could spend those points however you see fit. So I'll be right back when we find a rabbit, and then I'll show you how to do rabbits. Alright, I'm popping back in for just a second. Ender's Client. If you'll notice, if you've got Ender's Client running, that yellow circle is a fox. They're always yellow. That means that he will attack you back if you attack him, but he will not attack you first. That's what the yellow circles mean. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, and we have stumbled upon deer. Notice the green circles. Green circles mean that they won't attack you. They will attack you if you attack them, I believe. I've never attacked one. But they won't attack you either. They are almost considered friendly. Oh, and there's some chickens up here. Good thing about chickens, if you stumble upon chickens like I just did, chickens are just like, well, I can show you with chickens. This will be the same thing as with a rabbit. Because I've been looking for 20 minutes and I can't seem to find a freaking rabbit. So I'll just show you with chickens. It's the same concept. You walk up next to it. Do not right click, left click. Left click to move when you're around rabbits and chickens. You left click to move up next to it. You go up. Got to move over to it again. Alright, you go up and you click on run. Make sure that you have a 2x2 square available in your inventory. We'll go check the rooster. Once you have a 2x2 square, sure, you know, in your thing, you just right click on it and you'll pick it up. If you right click it from a distance, this is what happens. It runs from you. I still caught it because I've got a lot of stamina, you know, not more than you will, but I mean, I've got some stamina. I hadn't been running around or anything, and I happened to have a flat open area. Had there been a tree in the way or a bush or anything, he would have run right straight through the bush and I would have got hung up. So you left click, walk up next to something. We'll move some stuff around here so we'll have enough room. There we go. So you then walk up next to the chicken or rabbit, and then you right click to grab it, and then you'll just pick it up. Now what do? You have it in your inventory. If you right click on it, you can wring its neck. There you go. We right click on it, we can wring their necks. Just like rabbits. This is the same exact concept. You'll then right click on it and you'll go to butcher. When you butcher chickens, you get 3 feathers, a meat, and a bone. And you'll get that for every chicken that you butcher. I just got 3 more feathers, another meat, and a bone. And then I can do the same thing here. It's probably going to drop something. No, maybe not. Alright, now, what do? Alright, so first off, I'm going to drop these feathers because I don't want all of this crap, because they're all like item level 10 and junk. All right. First thing you want to do is use this bone. By now you want to have learned fishing. With fishing, you will need several items. I will cover that in the next episode. Actually, yeah, that's better if I cover it in the next episode, because we're about to hit 15 minutes, and I want to keep these under 15 or 20 minutes. All right, so that's hunting, basically. You'll do that, and then what you'll do is you'll come over to a tree, and you'll hit take branch. You need 5 branches. 1, 2, 3. You just let it go, and it'll keep picking them. So then you go to adventure. You go to build fire. You left-click it somewhere. You go up here, you grab the stick, and you can put it in, or you can hold shift and roll your mouse wheel down, and that will take the items required by the building window out of your inventory and put them in there automatically. This menu, what this means, 050, means that it wants, it has, and you've built. That's what they mean. So it wants 5 branches. It tells you 5 branches. It has 0, and you've built 0. Now, if I put 5 branches in there by shifting, holding shift, and rolling my mouse wheel down, I can then click build. And notice that every one I build, it goes to the right as being built. Now it's built. Now you'll right-click this, and you'll hit light my fire. And he should light it. And there it goes. All right, and he lit it. All right, now you've got a lit fire. If you come over here to craft, you will have cooking. If you've learned how to hunt, as the minute that you killed something and you got a meat from it, you'll immediately learn how to cook roasted meat. So you'll select roasted meat, then you'll right click on the fire, and then you'll hit craft. If you do that right, this will appear and you'll be cooking. And if you watch your little timer, which you might have one that's slowly going up like a thermostat, this is part of the Ender client that goes around like a clock. All right, and there we go. I've now made a cooked meat right there, roasted chicken. If your hunger bar is going down, which is right here, you can then eat that meat and your hunger bar goes up some. You do not want to eat more than a full green hunger bar. When your hunger bar goes up, if you eat past the end, past 100%, you'll become overfed and you will walk really slow. You'll crawl. So if all of a sudden you're crawling and you don't know why, check number 1 to make sure that you're not out of stamina. As you're sitting, your stamina regenerates. And then check to make sure that you're not over full, because if you eat too much, you'll crawl. But all right, that's hunting, basic hunting. We will get more into advanced hunting in a future episode where I'll cover how to hunt boar and how to hunt foxes and all that other stuff from boats. But in order to do that, you have to learn boat building, which is like 1,500 learning points, so it's a little bit off. All right, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Have a great day.